Lassiter Factor.
What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? This is your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor, and I am back with what might as well just be my last TV review of the year. And yes, I am watching Stranger Things. I've already watched Volume 2. I'm basically waiting until the finale comes out so I can give my overall thoughts on the season, and that's also going to contribute into my personal TV awards. But more on that on another day. But for right now, let's talk about Pluribus, which recently wrapped its first season, so let's review. So Pluribus is a new show that was made by the creator of Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan. Breaking Bad being one of my favorite shows of all time. I have not seen Better Call Saul, so shame on me on that, but I am going to get around to watching it at some point. But like I said, Breaking Bad, that is not just one of my favorites. It's my favorite show of all time. Just to me, that is one of the most expertly put together shows that I have ever seen. And so now Vince Gilligan is back stepping away from that universe and is here with Pluribus. Now, the setup of the show is a bit complicated, but I guess the best way for me to explain it is basically there's this hive mind that is taking over the human race, all but 7 people. Carol being one of those 7 people that is not affected by the hive mind, but basically everyone is just acting the same. Everyone is the same person, hence why they are called the Joined. And the Joined pretty much caters to the 7 people that are not affected, but also tries to slither their way into convincing them that, hey, why don't you join this life? It's easy, it's simpler, and it's peaceful. But you got Carol, who is on the poster and is played by Rhea Seehorn, who was on the show Better Call Saul. She is not having it, and she is doing everything she can to pretty much convince the other people that are not affected, like, hey, let's not do this, and then try to figure out a way to stop what is might as well be a human invasion. Now, I'll admit, this show was not on my radar until a good friend of mine put me onto the show, and so I gave the first show a chance, especially after hearing that it's created by Vince Gilligan. And the show, it did have a bit of a slow start at first, but then as the show went by, I just started to enjoy it more and more, and I was tuned in every time a new episode dropped, and this is for sure one of my favorite shows of the year, and probably one of my favorite new shows of the year, perhaps. Because this isn't just your typical alien invasion show. It's pretty much a show about loneliness and miserable. And Carol, she is one of the most miserable people in the world. She's one of the few sane people that's still left in this world that's like, no, guys, this is not wrong. I do not want to join this hive mind. And then through a series of events, she's pretty much left alone and then realized that she needs people, even if those people are infected. But then she comes to realize that, like, being a part of this, it's all blissful and everything. But then by the end of the season, she realized, like, nah, we need to figure out a way to stop this. And I feel like Rhea Seehorn, she did an excellent job portraying this character. Now, Caroline Riedra, who plays Zosha, or Pirate Lady, as I like to call her, she's basically Carol's chaperone and pretty much her guide to helping her understand like what's happening and basically try to convince her to join the hive mind, but also doing everything she can to make her feel comfortable. And then you got some of the other people that are not infected. One of these people, he basically just embraces it, and like I said, the Join, they all cater to him, and so he basically has all the ladies he wants to his dispense. They even play out a James Bond scenario, like this is basically a dream for him and he is just blissfully ignorant to what is actually happening. But it also raises the question, like, hey, if you were in this situation, would you join them or would you just embrace them? Like, what would you do in this situation? Because, let's for real, 7 people, you're pretty much the last of humanity. Plus, I just love seeing how the rest of the world reacts to this catastrophic event. Now, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, but you got the Spanish dude. He's one of the other few people that is not infected, but he has isolated himself from not just the people who are not affected, but the Joint. He wants nothing to do with it. He is doing everything he can to survive, trying not to eat anything. He's eating pet food. I'm like, I hear you, I understand you, but I'm not going that far. If I'm hungry, I'm hungry. At this point, you're one of the last few people in the world. I don't care. I'm not about to go so low as to eat pet food. But he has been getting the videos that Carol's been making and pretty much figuring out how to not take out, but pretty much try to go against the Joined. And then he comes in the season finale and try to convince it like, hey, snap out of it. Come on now. This is easily one of my favorite shows of the year, and I don't know when season 2 is coming, but I cannot wait for the new season because this is definitely one of those shows that I just can't wait to see how the show just plays out over the course of how many seasons the show is going to go on for. I'm going to give Pluribus Season 1 the heart eyes emoji with the caveat of it possibly going up to a hands up emoji for it's a masterpiece, depending on how I feel about the show as time goes by and especially how later seasons will go. But that's it for today. Have you seen Pluribus? If so, let me know what you think of this show in the comments section below. This is your boy, Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.